2K24 is almost here and social media is flooded with build videos from Community Day. I have more fun messing around in the builder than the game itself sometimes, so I can't wait to get my hands on it. But for now, I'm going to rate some of the guard builds I've seen and dissect the pros and cons. First, we have Simply Grinding. I've watched his content since 2K19 and not only is he entertaining, he knows what he's doing when it comes to 2K. Off rip, this build looks very similar to the 6'9 builds from 2K23 and it's only 1 inch shorter. 90 dunk, 78 3 ball, which is very doable. I had a 74 in 23 and had no problems greening consistently. 85 ball handle, which allows you to have silver speed booster. But the real question is silver speed booster good enough? I'm liking the 93 perimeter, low-key a little too high for me, but I'm not mad at it. But is perimeter defense like 2K23 where guards could still green contested at a good rate? The defense is well stacked with an 85 steal and an 80 block, and even a little bit of rebounding, however that's not enough for rebound chaser. Now every year 2K tries to convince us strength matters on guards, but I have to see it to believe it. Don't get me wrong, on centers it 100% matters. I made a center build on 23 with no strength and it didn't matter that I had a Hall of Fame box out, I was getting moved. Will this 6'8 be able to guard faster builds? I'm assuming this build is a 2s build. 81 speed was doable on the 2s in 2K23. I'm very hesitant at the 73 acceleration as it doesn't appear acceleration has changed from 23. The more acceleration, the faster you can dribble. But overall, with what we know, I give this build an 8.8 out of 10. Grinding also posted another 6'8 and it's virtually identical except the dunk rating went down to an 89 and the acceleration went up to a 77. Now I'm thinking strength might actually be worth it if the build had some post control. But if it's a meta guard that just dunks and shoots the ball, why bother? I actually would pick this build over the high strength one because speed boosting has always been dominant in 2K as long as I've played the game. Another solid build, I give this one a 9 out of 10. Researching other creators' builds, this builder reminds me of 2K20. I wonder if builds like Joe Knows LeBron build from 20 will be doable this year. Now, I'm not saying a 63 3 ball will be sufficient enough, but Joe was winning the majority of his games on this 6'7 facilitating finisher. The more diversity, the more fun and entertaining 2K will be. Speaking of Joe Knows, he also dropped a build he cooked up at Community Day. A 6'8 93 dunk paired with an 80 layup, which I'm not mad at. I do hope layups are as effective as dunks this year. 78 3 ball, 85 ball handle, similar to grinding. His defense is a bit more weaker, but he does have an 87 block for silver anchor. I myself rather have more block than steal because I feel it's not that hard to play good defense without reaching. It's just the bailouts in the paint that are RNG. He also put up his strength with a 73 acceleration. When the game drops, we'll know if that's enough to dribble effectively. Not a bad build, I'll give it a 7.4 out of 10. Lastly, Call the Man uploaded a 6'6 build and I can see why some people from Community Day were advising the 6'6 builds might be the wave. 6'6 is the tallest you can be to unlock gold speed booster. I might actually make a pure playmaker at 6'6 off rip. This build has an 86 dunk, 86 3, 92 3 ball paired with 89 acceleration. I feel like if I can tweak this a bit, this build will be a problem. Like I said, I think speed will give people a lot of problems, especially if the dribbler knows what they're doing. I give this build an 8.3 out of 10. Shout out to all the creators who dropped their Community Day builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I went out of my comfort zone last year and dropped my unique NBA player builds that were also successful in the park. I plan to grind even harder this year in 2K24. Check me out on TikTok and Instagram, links are in the bio. Much love and Boardman out.